So this weekend we've got one of the most anticipated women fights of the year, well, of probably the past few years. I know we had Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, but in my personal opinion, I'm looking forward to this fight more than I was that fight. Even though that fight ended up being an absolute banger, I'm still looking forward to this fight a little bit more than I was the Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano fight. And this fight should have happened already. It should have happened on September the 10th. Obviously, all the fighters were ready to go. They did the final press conference for the fight, but a few hours after that press conference, it was announced here in the UK, where the fight's being held at the O2 Arena in London, that Queen Elizabeth had passed away. So sports were put on hold for that weekend and for the coming days afterwards. So yeah, the fight had to be postponed, and I know a lot of people were disappointed at that. A lot of people felt that the fight should have went on. I felt like the fight should have went on just for the fact that it's not football, that it's not cricket or any other sport like that. It's boxing, where these fighters have to make weight, and when they make their weight, obviously they're peaking at a certain level. So for them to obviously make weight, or about to make weight, and then having to, put weight back on, and now they're going to have to lose weight again, I feel like, that's not a good thing for them. And I feel like at the weekend, maybe this could affect somebody like a Savannah Marshall, who, is very big at 160 pounds. She's a big girl at 160 pounds. And I think Peter Fury tweeted something during, when it was all up in the air about this fight still going on, that he needed to know if it was happening or not, because Savannah Marshall hadn't eaten in 24 hours. This is what he tweeted, apparently. So, it's just a case of her, losing the weight, and then obviously because of the postponement of a month, she put some weight back on, obviously, and then having to lose the weight again. Is it going to affect her at the weekend when she gets in the ring and faces Claressa Shields? Because Claressa Shields is a good fighter. This is the toughest fight of Savannah Marshall's career, and this is probably the toughest fight of Claressa Shields' career. And, these two are the best fighters in their respective divisions, These two, in my opinion, would beat the rest. So it's just now who's number one in that division. And, this is a fight that's very personal. Obviously, these two don't like each other. Obviously, Savannah Marshall beat Claressa Shields when Claressa Shields was 17 in the World Amateur Championships. And it's the only defeat Claressa Shields has ever taken as an amateur or a pro. So, this is her get back. She wants to show that she is better than Savannah Marshall, that she is the quote-unquote Gwoat of women's boxing, that she's the best ever. So, this win at the weekend would obviously make that case a lot stronger, because Savannah Marshall is seen as a dangerous puncher at 160 pounds, one of the most feared female fighters in the world. She's been knocking girls out left, right and centre. And this is just an interesting fight. You've got Marshall, who is the puncher of the two. Claressa Shields not really known for her power, but she is a really good boxer. Claressa Shields very technically good. I don't go overboard when it comes to Claressa Shields, though. I don't think she's as good as people think she is. People go on like she's putting on these amazing performances. Yeah, she's winning these fights, but they're very, a lot of the time very lackluster. The level of the opponent's not very good. And Savannah Marshall also, like, the level of the opponent in these divisions isn't really deep. And Savannah Marshall, obviously, because she's got power, she's been getting rid of these girls. And, Savannah Marshall, she can box as well. She's got decent fundamentals. She's under the tutelage of Peter Fury, the guy behind Tyson Fury, former trainer of, obviously, his nephew Tyson Fury. He was the one who masterminded the win over Vladimir Klitschko all them years ago in Dusseldorf in Germany. And, she's got good fundamentals, Savannah Marshall. She's good at slipping shots. She's not the fastest of the two. Claressa Shields, in my opinion, is a lot faster than Savannah Marshall, but Savannah Marshall has real footing power, it seems. And when she hits girls, she gets a reaction. Like, these girls, they can't take too many of her punches clean before they're hurt or they get knocked out. So it's going to be interesting to see when Savannah Marshall lands on Claressa Shields, if she can take that punch or not. Because, you got to take into consideration, Claressa Shields obviously travelled to the UK and then travelled back to America. And now she's travelling back to the UK. Maybe that's took something out of her as well. She might not come in the ring as sharp as she would have been on September the 10th. So we just got to take all these factors into consideration. I'm looking forward to the fight at the weekend, though. I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I think, like I said, it's going to be the battle of the boxer versus the puncher. I know Savannah Marshall doesn't really like that narrative because she thinks she can outbox Claressa Shields. But I think if Savannah Marshall is going to win this fight, she's going to have to put a dent in Claressa Shields. And Claressa Shields, she's been down before in a fight. She got dropped by Hannah Gables in a fight. She got dropped, I think, in the first or second round in that fight, but she didn't seem that hurt. It was just more of a flash knockdown. But it's going to be interesting to see when Savannah Marshall lands on Claressa Shields, how she reacts to that punch, because I think that's important when it comes to the outcome of this fight, because if she can't take that power, then she's going to be in for a very long night against Savannah Marshall. But if she can weather the storms, if she can, get in and out and land her shots and just outwork Savannah Marshall, I think she can win the fight comfortably on a decision, and that's where my head's leaning to at the minute. I think Claressa Shields will win the fight, and I think she'll win on points in a pretty decent fight. So yeah, comment below in the comment section. What do you guys think about this fight? Are you looking forward to it? Who are you picking? Comment below in the comment section. I'm out.